Interesting.
And what do you and who's more at risk? Do you think it's the big corporations or the individuals? And is it typically people are looking for identity and your bank, your information for money? Is that typically the two things people are after?
Yeah, usually it's with individuals, some monetary gain. And I'll say at one level, anybody that has an identity or a dollar in a bank account are at risk, because it tends to be the people that don't have as much money are a bigger target, because they don't have as much security and their awareness is down. But I will tell you, the two groups that are the biggest target by far are people over 65 and people under 20. And it's for similar but opposite reasons. So over 65, most of these folks, they didn't grow up with technology. They don't really understand how it works. My mom still calls this a moose. I'm like, Mom, it's a mouse. What kind of mooses do you have? If she still calls it a moose, she doesn't understand the tech. And they're trying to conserve money, and they have a large amount that they could look for investment opportunities. So when they get those phishing scams that say, oh, you can double your money, or we need some money to transfer, they tend to trust people, and unfortunately a little naive. And because they don't know the tech, they typically fall victim to it. So they're the first ones. And my solution for them is pretty easy. Give them a non-Windows based system. Most of the malware out there today runs on a Windows operating system. So my mom, my aunt, my grandparents, I buy them all iPads, and they check email, surf the web on an iPad, and it's a much safer component because there's not as much running and there's not those exposure points. So that solution is easy. The other target group, which I have 3 right now, is under 20. Now, they are super tech savvy, but they are also very naive on the ways of the world. I just had this conversation with my 17-year-old daughter, where a 17-year-old boy that, according to her, was cute, right, was Instagramming her, or IGing her, or Snapchatting her on that stuff. And she's like, Dad, he's so cool. And I'm like, how do you know he's a 17-year-old boy? And she's like, well, of course he is, because he gave me a picture and he told me. And I'm like, do you realize 65% of 17-year-old boys are 40-year-old creepers that are out there trying to impersonate and target kids online? And like, she looks at me like, come on, Dad, that couldn't possibly be the case. She just never thought of that possibility. So those are the ones that I spend a lot of time on, because I really think you got to protect our future generation. And I'll tell you, you hack me and I'll get a little mad, but you go after my grandma or you go after my kids, and I'm fighting you, right? I'm getting real angry and pissed off at that point. But unfortunately, these attackers, they have no morals and no ethics, and they're going to go after the biggest exposure point.
Hey there! Thank you so much for stopping by our channel and checking out a clip of the Freddie and Alyssa Show. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future clips or highlights from the Freddie and Alyssa Show. And if you want full episodes of the Freddie and Alyssa Show, vlogs, and one-off videos, check out our main YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Again, thank you for stopping by. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next video.